Hello everybody, it's me, the Dave and Cowgirl here, and welcome back everybody to the world of Hurry Up Tomorrow. Yes, yes, yes. Alrighty, so I actually was not planning on watching this video trailer. It's a movie trailer, Violet. Oh my god. But yeah, no, as I was trying to say, I was not planning on watching the second trailer for the Hurry Up Tomorrow film because I kind of have just been kind of getting back into a little bit. So I'm just not really watching as many trailers for films. And also, I haven't been really doing singles for for albums like too much recently. Like, kind of actually really haven't been really in general. And I don't know, I'm kind of enjoying kind of going into things kind of cold again. But I will admit, of course, because this is Abel, of course, like, I had to kind of consider it a little bit, after some thought, something I do feel comfortable watching, especially because I've heard from a few people, it doesn't really show, like, too much, it does have new footage, but, like, it isn't, like super spoilery or whatever, so, you know what, I'm gonna trust them on this one. And so, yeah, so welcome back to trailer reactions with me, the Dave Hand Cowgirl, even though I will probably never do trailer reactions ever again, most likely, at least not for a little bit, we'll see in the future. But at least it's surely lived in a pretty exciting way. And so yeah, okay, so let's get right on into this. So all I really know about this trailer is that this did debut at CinemaCon earlier, which is super exciting. CinemaCon, if people are not aware what it is a massive event in film that happens once a year at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. And it is basically where a bunch of studios will gather movie theater owners and media press members together, and they will do like showcases and presentations for the upcoming film slate. So I know the first night was Sony, and then there was Lionsgate, which of course did Hurry Up Tomorrow, so Warner Brothers did just something, for example. So a bunch of like the major studios, do presentations and stuff like that. I've been following CinemaCon for years now. To me, I personally think it is the most exciting kind of thing nowadays in terms of like big like film news and stuff like that. Comic-Con stuff is still cool, but it isn't for me quite the same. I think Comic-Con last year with some like the Marvel stuff got a little close, but CinemaCon I just like how like you have like studios like Lionsgate, for example, that will do these like big like presentations, and you get like so much like exciting film news and stuff like that. And so it's pretty cool to have Lionsgate actually end their whole presentation with this film. And I know that Trader Schultz and Jenna Ortega came up on stage at the whole presentation, showed this trailer, and then the man himself, the king of the fall, baby, the fucking goat, y'all, Mr. Abel McConan Tesfaye, did a performance that I did see footage of for Blinding Lights, and I know he did a song before that. I think that, I don't know if there's any other songs in there, but I did see some photos. I saw the video Blinding Lights, and that was pretty epic. I just can't believe that we're so close to this film. It's April, everybody. Happy spring, everybody! So we're so close. I believe we're 7 weeks out from this film releasing, if I remember correctly, like 6 or 7 weeks. And it's just really exciting. And so yeah, so let's just get right into it, everybody. Alright, everybody, here we go. Time for trailer reaction time for the second trailer for Hurry Up Tomorrow. Alrighty, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play. Okay. Okay. This one's very different so far than the first trailer. I like it. Oh, the title track. Okay. Really good movie. Great movie. Okay. Oh, interesting. I love the eeriness and the atmosphere so far.
So good, I feel like I know you.
I know what you mean.
I love you, bro, but for the love of God, you need to relax.
This is all really intense, but I'm not trying to hurt you.
That's a tour poster photo.
You were hurting yourself, and you were hurting everyone around you. Something has to change.
Interesting. Very, very different than the first trailer. Interesting. You know, y'all, we're gonna watch this one again, honestly. Because I feel like I kind of missed some things. Let's just watch this again in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay. So, we have this, like, beginning with him pouring all the gasoline all over this house. Then we have the Hurry Up Tomorrow title track starting. Okay. Just probably want to see her quickly. Yeah, the mama's call is interesting.
We met before. Sorry, I don't know you.
I know what you mean.
I love you, bro, but for the love of God, you need to relax.
So I see
I know this was all really intense, but I'm not trying to hurt you. You were hurting yourself, and you were hurting everyone around you. Something has to change.
Interesting. Interesting. I think I like that trailer more than the first one, honestly. I think I like it more than the first one. I love the atmosphere of it and how like eerie and like dark and just like impending doomy it feels. Just like my preacher's daughter reaction, we currently have a cameo by a train going by my house. That is very loud, so I must wait a few minutes. Okay, the train is officially gone, so we may resume. So I did, just to make sure I reminded myself of some things. So I did look up, just to make sure I can remember this time. John Ortega's character is named Anima, which quite literally the name of that means the feminine part of a man's personality. And Jenna Ortega commented on this during the CinemaCon presentation, I know. And then also says here, definition-wise, from the Oxford Dictionary, that the soul, especially the irrational part of the soul, as distinguished from the rational mind. Very interesting. Which for me personally, as a female Weekend fan, I find very interesting. I don't know, I always find, stuff that kind of explores like gender roles or gender dynamics and stuff like very interesting. And it's something that I've explored very much so in my own personal life. There's many relatable things about Abel's art for me. Hope Tomorrow has already been a very relatable era in terms of just the album. But the film seems like it's going to have some elements that are even more so relatable, and I really can't wait to see how that's fully explored. So we have the beginning here with Anima, John Ortega's character, putting all the gasoline all over the house. Then, she lights it on fire, and then, starts to walk away, go to, the truck. But then we cut back to the Abel eye and like the glam mirror. And then this is interesting, is you have tickets to the weekend upcoming event and then mom 5 missed calls. And then the wallpaper is of Abel in the Ethiopian Christian gown. I can't tell whose hand that is, because, I was assuming it's Abel's, but, you have tickets to the weekend and the wallpapers of the weekend. So, I don't know. Interesting. But then we cut back to Jenna Ortega driving. Then we have some new footage of the concert that looks gorgeous. No, so I gotta say, Jenna Ortega's eye acting in this shot we've seen in both trailers is phenomenal. She's a great actress in my opinion. I think she's fantastic, and the eye acting here is so evocative. There's a sense of just horror to it, or just terror, or just a rising sense of tension within you. It's fantastic. Great job. Then with this part here where it gets really interesting, where they're in the car and he's like, "Have we met before?" to her. And then she just like smiles at him. And then we have these moments that look like they have great chemistry. And then, he's saying like, it seems like, like from before, and she seems like it does seem that way. Some more just imagery of them just like, like together. Then we have Barry Keoghan's character Lee, who I believe plays his manager in this one. And he's talking about you need to relax, and I gotta say, Abel's acting in this already looks so much better than The Idol. It looks so much better. You can tell that he really, really put himself into super like vulnerable places as, his performance, and really bring himself to like super just like challenging and just like vulnerable places, and the places where he has to emote so intensely. He seems like he has a really great sense of like control of himself, but still like losing himself in the role. And it's hard to find that balance as an actor. It really, really is. And it seems like he's doing a great job at that. And then with this part that's interesting here, where his phone's blowing up about what happened with the concert, we're hearing like, someone, sing the song in the background, the Tomorrow Tower track, who I'm assuming is Anima. I'm assuming. Then when we get to the part where Anima is, tying Abel to the bed, she's like, I'm not trying to hurt you, but like, you're hurting everyone else around you, and you're hurting yourself, and I can't let that happen. And we have these like cuts to some new shots, like they're I love the shot here of like in like the hallway, sort of like it looks like in in a hotel kind of space, or an apartment kind of space. I love just how like centered the shot is, but also how like wide it is, and just like this like point of view kind of thing here. It definitely reminds me of like The Shining, of course, like that's probably like the first thing I can really think of in terms of this kind of shot composition with like the zoom out kind of thing, or like the really far back angle. We also have this text here that says, reality lies deeper than you think. Interesting. So reality lies deeper than you think. So maybe just like lies deeper than you think, like reality, like the truth of what's happening, and like having this like mental breakdown in a way, and like the real truth to what's really happening to you as a person, like it's lying deeper than you think, like trying to unearth like that like trauma, and trying to figure out what got you to have certain responses to things, maybe. Or maybe it's in some sort of like psychological sort of like way where it's instead like you're being put into situations of having like hallucinations of some things perhaps, and you're thinking of certain things that aren't exactly happening to kind of like mask like the truths of things, kind of like enables art, how he uses like stuff like like sexual, like drugs and like sex, and like money consumption type stuff, or sorry, like materialistic good kind of consumptions, and spending money, and to kind of mask things in that kind of way. So now we're kind of exploring in like a film kind of setting, maybe something like that. There's a lot of questions, a lot of mysteries going into this film that I think are going to make this one an even more interesting watch, and a more intriguing watch as a fan. It's just as a film fan, of course, but also as of course, like as a fan of The Weeknd, of course. And there's some gorgeous shots in here. The house burning down again. Hello. I also just want to quickly say, I totally somehow forgot to mention the fact there's this shot here that looks like it seems to be of like a younger Abel. One of the things I do know about this film is that there is like a younger version of Abel in the film, and it seems like we're getting a shot of maybe like a younger version of Abel, or just like a young kid in general. Not 100% sure exactly what that's supposed to be, but it does seem very significant. So I want to make sure I mention that. And so, yeah. I was gonna say, it was confirmed this film is shot on film. This film was shot in 35mm, and I also think this one might use some Super 16mm, I think. Which, that's extremely interesting to me. I am very interested in how they utilize that. And then we have this, like, ending here where it kind of gets chaotic, the editing, but then, like, we slow it down a bit, like in terms of like the pacing, and we get this like this elongated shot of Abel tied to the bed, and like he can't like speak and stuff like that, and the director has like like the fire ready to go, and we just cut to a shot of Abel like crying, and it's haunting, and it's so visceral, and just like intense, and powerful, and wow. There's definitely, of course, a lot of inspiration from exploitation type filmmaking and exploitation type writing, and of course, like I know like the main thing we kind of think of is like a Misery kind of influence, which of course that's a massive influence as we can tell. But wow, that was a great trailer. I actually like that one more because it was more intense and cinematic and evocative and intoxicating and entrancing and engrossing to me as like a fan of film and Abel, in a way that like there was a certain kind of like subtlety to it at moments, and a certain just like directness of how it was presenting, like, you know, the certain scenes and how they sequence it for the trailer, that really spoke to me a lot. My favorite kind of art in a lot of ways is ones that just sort of like just show themselves to you. They just kind of just show itself. Like my favorite film of all time is Jean Doman, and I also love San Tango. And I also really like the film Under the Skin, you know, by Jonathan Glazer, who I know Jonathan Glazer's last film, Zone of Interest. The sound designer for that is working on this film, and I gotta say, both of these trailers sound fantastic. I actually was lucky enough to go see the first trailer for this in theaters when I saw The Monkey a few weeks ago, and it sounded fantastic in theaters. That use of sound and just like directness, and but also at the same time like providing that subtlety to things and that gentleness, but also there's like a strikingness and like a punch to like what's happening. I don't know. I really like what we're seeing from this, and I am really really interested in seeing how the whole film kind of unravels, because they're clearly hiding a lot. They clearly are, and so I am really really interested in just seeing how it all unfolds in the film. And yeah, no, I'm really really looking forward to this movie even more so now. I liked the first trailer a lot. I thought it looked good, but this one is, I really really like it. And so yeah, so that's kind of just my basic thoughts on this trailer. To Hurry Up Tomorrow, the second trailer. I just can't believe we have like a Abel Tesfaye movie. You know, and of course trailers all the time. I'm a, you know, a decent fan of. I love It Comes Night and Waves was very good in my opinion. Also, I just can't believe that like I in a few weeks get to see Abel on the big screen. I can't wait. You know, I've said it before a few times, but film was my first love in terms of arts. You know, it's the one that I feel I'm still the most knowledgeable on, and you know, it means a lot to me, and it's, you know, it's impacted my life in so many different ways. And so just to kind of get, you know, like a work, you know, from Abel in that kind of sphere, like on like the big screen and theaters, with just like the overstimulation of like the image and like the grandness of it and like the brightness, and just seeing just like the use of just like also, you know, colors and like and of sound and just like that all coming together. And I can't wait. I cannot wait. Alrighty, so if that all said and done, I'll see y'all whenever the next weekend video is. And so yeah, alrighty, take care everybody. Hope everyone's staying safe and they're all doing well, same with all their loved ones. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Alrighty, bye everybody.